Okay. So it's a very simple question. What is the gospel?
Well, that's the gospel right there. You know what I'm saying? As I understand it, because I mean, you see that. I mean, especially from Luke chapter 4. You know what I'm saying? We all shot by yourself. You know what I'm saying? When he refers back to that, speaking the gospel, and the good news is that's the salvation for the children of Israel. You understand? So that's my stance on it. You know what I'm saying? For in a nutshell, real quick.
Okay, so let's be clear. You believe that the gospel is what exactly?
The gospel is what we read in actually Isaiah 60, 61, and 62. You know what I'm saying? And that is also, you know what I'm saying, but describes the salvation for the children of Israel also. That's my stance. You know what I'm saying? What I stand on.
Salvation for the children of Israel.
Yeah, that's what salvation is. Yeah, that's what salvation is. You know what I mean? When you know what I'm saying, when folks say, you know, say salvation for the children of Israel, that is the salvation that's being spoke of. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. Okay. Let's define what let's define the word first. Let's define the word gospel. What does the word gospel mean?
Well, good news, message, you know what I'm saying? Good news, you know what I'm saying?
Good news.
You know, whatever.
Right. Okay, so it's good news. The gospel is good news. Right? Okay. So let me ask you this. So it's just good news, right? Just any good news is the gospel, right?
Negative.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that just for our conversation, what we're talking about right now, the good news which is being spoke of is the gospel. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say there's like anything that's good news would be considered the gospel. I'm just
okay.
In context of our conversation.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get down to. So the good news is a specific message, then, right?
Yes. The salvation for the children of Israel.
No, that's not what I asked. Is the good news a specific message?
I reckon as it pertains to our conversation, yes.
So so the good news is a specific message about what?
The salvation of the children of Israel.
Salvation of the children of Israel. Okay. Yes, sir. Can you show me this specific message, this specific good news that's just for the children of Israel? Okay. Now, I want you to do that in the context of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which is what we call the Gospels. Can you do that?
I definitely understand that. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, just from Luke chapter 4, you know what I'm saying, we all shot by yourself when he quotes explicitly and specifically right here when it reads, sorry about that, when it reads, the Spirit of the Most High is upon me because the Most High has anointed me to preach good news or good tidings of the gospel unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, proclaim liberty to the captives, the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Most High, and the day of vengeance of our power to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion. You understand it? I mean, I could keep on reading, but, you know, just to answer the question and, you know what I'm saying, just be precise with my answer, there, right there. I mean, it even reads good tidings of salvation. You know what I mean?
And that's in Luke 4, right?
Yes, sir. Luke 4:17, if I'm not mistaken. So if I may, when, you know what I'm saying, just so it's no confusion, so when brothers and sisters, you know, saying when we say that, you know, saying salvation is only for Israel, that's the salvation. It's just what we read. You know what I mean? Right there. 60, 61, 62. When we mention salvation, there it goes right there. That's what is being spoke of. You know what I'm saying? So just so it's understood, like it's nothing ignorant or, you know, error some may seem, you know what I'm saying, to receive it. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how one delivers it.
Okay, so Why do we have? Okay, so so do we understand? So you believe that when Christ spoke this, he's repeating Isaiah 61, correct? That's basically what he did, right?
Yeah, just to answer that, yeah.
He's referring back to the prophecy about himself, right?
Negative.
Negative.
Say the prophecy about himself. Honestly, but you know,
He's not. Wait. So just so we're clear, you're saying that Christ is not in Luke 4. He's not referring to Isaiah 61, which is the prophecy about himself.
What I'm just disagreeing on is the prophecy about himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't really grasp that understanding or see that in the scripture. But otherwise, yes, that is.
Okay, verse 20 says, if you keep reading, it says 20, verse 20. Let me start at 18 so we have the full context. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives and receiving of sight to the blind, and set at liberty them that are bruised. 19 says to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Verse 20 says, and he closed the book. So that means he stopped. It says, and he closed the book and he gave it again to the minister and sat down. And all of the eyes of all them were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. So he's telling them, I am the fulfillment of this scripture, which he is hearkening Isaiah 61. Right there.
I understand it, but may I ask a question? How did he fulfill the prophecy in Isaiah 61 by reading it to the people?
He's telling them, I am the fulfillment of this. This is going to happen because I am here.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying. I grasp what you're saying. But you know, saying the problem I believe it is like, when did that take place? Because it's a deep. It's a message.
Did he not preach the but did he not preach the gospel to the poor?
Okay. Of him speaking the gospel, yes, I can agree with
okay,
that.
That's what he said he was going to do. Did he not heal the brokenhearted?
He healed the lame and he healed the folks that
so he healed the brokenhearted, right?
No, I wouldn't say that in the context.
Christ didn't heal the brokenhearted.
He healed the blind, I guess the leper. You know what I'm saying?
So a blind and leper is not brokenhearted. About their condition.
I mean, I'd be foolish to say that it's not, but not in context of what we're reading in
hey, I'm just reading. This is just logic. This is just basic logic stuff. This ain't deep. Did he do it?
Yeah, he healed the blind and the people who, and then the brother.
And those people are brokenhearted. You'll agree that if you put, let me ask you something. Okay, so if you are blind, are you gonna feel some kind of way about being blind, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we want to talk about it in that context, I mean, I'd be a fool to be like,
okay, that's all I'm saying. I didn't ask nothing great. I'm just saying that he healed the brokenhearted. Did he preach deliverance to the captives?
That's not fulfillment of that prophecy.
It's not fulfillment of the prophecy. Even though he did it, it's not fulfillment of the prophecy. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to, and I'm not going to go to any other verse, but saying Isaiah, 61. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're gonna go with what Christ read though. Here's the problem that you guys have is you want to read into the text what's not there. In Luke 4, Christ read to a certain point and then he stopped. You understand? He stopped. Okay, so he stopped for a reason. He stopped for a reason, right? So you're saying that Christ didn't do these things. Uh-huh.
Saying, if we want to call that brokenhearted, I mean, I got no choice but to agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as the context of the gospel that's being spoken, that is written, him speaking it to them, like in this day, it has been fulfilled in your ears. Like I am telling you this, yes. But as far as it being fulfilled, negative.
So you say Christ lied then? So you said Christ lied then?
No, negative. I'm not.
Because in verse 20, well, you did well. In verse 21, it says, "This day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears."
Yes, sir. So
that's what he said.
He's like, this day, I'm this fulfilled in your ears. No actions, this fulfilled in your ears, meaning you hear me telling you and speaking the gospel to you, letting you know what the salvation and what the gospel and the good news is. It hasn't taken place. It hasn't transpired because you still had 70 AD down the line, and then future on. So there is no message that been fulfilled. He's letting you know the message though. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So I deal right there.
Why would he say this scripture is fulfilled in your ears? Why would he read all of that and say this scripture is fulfilled in your ears?
Because he spoke it to them. It's fulfilled in your ears. Like I spoke it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking it to you.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying is this is the good news, right? So this is the good news.
What you got on the screen? Yes, sir. What you got on the screen? I say 60, 61, and 62 because 61 is just the middle of the conversation and the direct, you know what I'm saying, the direct chapter in verse 1 where y'all talking about yourself is when you open the scroll and read it.
So how do we identify what the message is? Because the reason why I'm asking this is so you have a problem. You know what your problem is, right? Here's the problem you have. Here's the problem you have. The problem is you have to conjoin this good news, this gospel, with what the apostles preached. Okay.
Well, they spoke the same. The apostles did not do nothing different.
They didn't.
The children of Israel speaking the gospel to the children of Israel. You understand me?
To the children of Israel. So to nobody else.
Yes, sir.
So the gospel wasn't spoken to nobody else.
Now, when we say that, now once again, I'd be foolish, you know what I'm saying, to say that there weren't any non-Israelites around like that, but there wasn't a mass, like there wasn't a whole heat, you know what I'm saying, like a whole nation. But I mean, you know what I'm saying, it'd be ridiculous to say there wasn't some there, you know what I'm saying, that had respect unto Israel and the Most High, and you know what I'm saying, I'd be a fool to say that there wasn't none, but yeah, it's pretty much direct, specifically and explicitly for the children of Israel and whoever is around with respect to the Torah. You know what I'm saying? As we read the Torah.
Okay, so that's so the gospel wasn't spoken to nobody else but Israel.
That's pretty much what we read. You know what I'm saying, in the scriptures. And I know when it says, like when people say speaking to all the world, well, who was scattered through all the world?
No, that don't work, bro. That don't work. That doesn't work. So the world. Hold up. Wait. Stop, brother. Hold up. The fact that they were scattered does not negate the fact that there are other people in the world besides Israel. You can't just subtract everybody else because Israel was scattered.
Well, I'm not subtracting, but it's just whom it pertains to. It's not even like on a malicious intent. It's just
so when Jesus says, "For God so loved the world," what is he talking about? The world of Israel, right? You got the script down. Hey, you got the script down, bro. I got to tell you, you got the script down. You got the script down. You got it down. Now take me to Isaiah 45. Go ahead, take me to Isaiah 45 so you can twist the word world to mean world of Israel, because that's what y'all do, man. That's what y'all do, and that's what you want to do. You want to miss. You want to. You want to. Yeah, I'm speaking. I am speaking to you. Okay, so you tell me what the word world means. What is the word? What does the word world mean in John 3:16? What does the word world mean?
Well, you know what I'm saying? The world that whosoever he's speaking to the children of, he's speaking to you know, it's actually Nicodemus, but he's talking. It's two Israelites having a conversation about Israel. We got chapter 1. There's nowhere in there when chapter 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific. I'm asking you a specific question. What does the word world mean in John 3:16? What does the word world mean? I'm gonna ask you again. What does the word world mean? And what define the word, brother. It's simple. Define what the word world is in John 3:16.
I just told you it's not the world as in the whole wide world.
Can you define the word? I'm gonna give you one more chance. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Can you define the word world in John 3:16?
How many times
Can you go? Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming. It was a simple request. I asked him to do nothing hard. I asked him to define one word. But this is what you have to do, guys. This is what they have to do to make it work. They have to misdefine word. They have to misdirect. They have to twist. They have to contort. They have to do all these things to make their false doctrine work. And that's why I'm doing this show. What's up, Reginald Wells on YouTube? Appreciate you, man. But that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm hoping that y'all that's tuning in are listening to what's happening. I'm hoping y'all hearing what's going on, the back and forth. I asked him to simply define a word, and he couldn't do it. World of that's not defining the word. The Bible is made up of words, sir. The Bible is made up of words. And I know the Hebrew Israelites want to keep y'all away from lexicons and dictionaries. And that's the reason why I was getting ready to break this out right here. But they want to keep y'all in the Zondervan Compact Dictionary and keep y'all blind and stupid out here. That's what they're doing to y'all. They're making y'all stupid. That's what they're doing. Get back, you get back.